Hi everyone, today I have a Chanel perfume to share with you guys, and in today's video there's going to be some talking and some mood inserts every now and then, just so you can visualize and picture what I'm trying to get at in this fragrance review. So let's just start by saying that we are gradually marching into the season of fall, and autumn or fall as we know it, Singapore doesn't exactly feel like we have distinguished climates for us to even tell seasons apart, right? But that is when I think scents really come into play here. So the perfume I'm going to talk about today is none other than this one. In my opinion, a very, very fall appropriate fragrance. This is the Paris Edinbourg in EDT version. In French, they pronounce it as the Paris Edimbourg, something like that. Anyway, this is the latest addition to the Les Eaux collection by Chanel, and in the Les Eaux de Chanel range, the fragrances are all inspired by Coco Chanel's favorite vacation spots. So you can expect the fragrances in this line to smell like wanderlust, like vacation, like escapism even. As the name suggests, it is named after the capital city of Scotland, Edinburgh. I had the chance to visit the city back in 2015, and it was truly one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. I got to see things spanning from the Middle Ages to the 21st century we're living in now in just one city. There was really a lot to behold, and get to see ruins and castles on one side, up on the green hills, and then with cobblestone streets leading down to the old towns with stores selling cashmeres, tartans, whiskeys. Even this packaging of the perfume, as you can see, is simulating a whiskey flask, right? Yeah, so to me, it's like I'm time traveling back into William Wallace's world or something like that. Those who have watched Braveheart by Mel Gibson would have known what I'm talking about here. Back to talking about this fragrance. You see what I mean when I said it evokes your sense of escapism. But I'm back to talk to you about the notes of this fragrance. The top notes are cypress and juniper berries. The heart notes are vetiver, cedar, and a hint of lavender, just a hint, barely there. And the base notes are musk and vanilla. This fragrance is a complete chameleon when it comes to different surfaces that you spray on. For instance, when you spray it into the air, or taking a whiff directly from the bottle like that, they smell very differently as compared to you spray it onto your skin and spraying onto your clothes. When you spray it in the air and then you walk through it, or you take a whiff directly from the bottle, it gives you an instant uplifting scent. It is so refreshing, like it is as though you are walking through freshly cut tall grass in the morning dew, and perhaps plucking a berry or two along the way. It really does give one this kind of visuals when you spray it this way. When you spray it onto your skin, let's say on the wrist or behind your ears, this fragrance performs very differently. It smells balmy at first, balmy like ointment almost, but not for long, because shortly the heart note of cedar becomes more prevalent, and that's when I felt like I'm no longer in the grassland. I'm being transported into the woods, from highlands to midlands, for example. And as the sillage slowly trails off, the base musk kicks in, and that's when the whole scent becomes more somber, becomes earthier. You can smell like it has an earthy undertone to it. And well, the visuals I get at that point was, I begin to imagine gravels and brown crispy leaves crunching under my feet as I head downstreams. So although there's vanilla in the base note, but I did not detect it at all. Like my skin didn't give that off at all. I don't know why, which is a bit of a shame, because honestly, if I would have detected vanilla at the end of this whole experience, I would have gotten that extra blanket of comfort by the end of the day. The head perfumer of Chanel, he describes it as a fragrance that could be from a tweed jacket borrowed out from a man's wardrobe. And I think this statement is so true, because it is indeed packed with a lot of androgynous characteristics. It is perfect for men, perfect for women. In order to bring this statement to life, right, I don't own any tweed textile clothing. I tested it on my cashmere scarves. I'm not sure if it's the cypress of the top note that gets wicked off so fast from the fabric fiber, or was it the hard note of cedar that instantly took over? But because these two are quite similar, at least to me, they are both pine-like, they are both coniferous and winter survivors in nature. So I could have mistaken one for the other. So, but it smells quite masculine and wintry at that point. This time round is no longer the earthiness that kicked in. It is a bit of a spice and some smokiness, which is quite interesting because I instantly felt like I am part of this gentleman's club, having spent an hour or two in their cigar lounge and then stepping out smelling like that, which I'm not really complaining about because it is a nice smell. However, there was no lavender whatsoever, not even a trace, not even a hint that I could pick up, which is again a bit of a shame because if you were to describe a scent as a tweed jacket borrowed out from a man's wardrobe, I would have imagined someone else borrowed it to wear it for a short while. And so if this jacket is just packed with that same masculinity worn by the same person and then not encompassing the other person who has borrowed it, then I think there's something missing there. The lavender would have closed that whole story for me. Like there should be a little bit of yin to the predominantly yang tweed jacket, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry if I get a little carried away here, but because I think perfumes are so great in transporting the mind to somewhere else. This is the time when we can travel in the mind because travel restrictions are in place right now. So yeah, but I think this fragrance is really, really, really nice because it does capture Scotland in a bottle. And if a scent could take me for a stroll along the Scottish countryside in a borrowed man's jacket infused with good old cologne, I don't see why you should not give it a shot. So this is my review of the Paris Edinburgh EDT by Chanel. I hope you enjoyed what I've shared with you so far, and thank you for watching.